Quebec's tough. I'm Mickey Price. I'm committee chairman for 607 and Master of Ceremonies tonight. So, a couple things. If you've noticed the things that we've had out, decorations, kind of the Super Bowl theme. The theme for this year's dinner is recognizing the team. And as you look around, the different decorations kind of signify different parts of the district. The referees symbolizing the unit leader team, holding up his arms to show that they're symbolizing a touchdown for the units. The touchdown is satisfaction that leaders get when the scouts they guide achieve a goal. The cheerleaders being part of the parents supporting the unit leadership team. The megaphones representing community who supports scouting, cheering all of us on. And finally, the referee blowing the whistle. That's the district and council leadership supporting the units and recognizing those efforts for the purpose of this dinner. I'd like to have a couple of people just introduce and ask them to stand. First, Rick Parizek. Rick is our district chairman, and his son is active in Troop 648. Bob Ellen and his wife Marilyn. Bob's our district commissioner for Four Peaks, and he has a son active in Troop 108. Kevin Gustafson, our district director. You want me to say? Kevin's just recently from Coronado and Gila District. I'm glad to have him with us. We heard you had an intern this year. Is she here?
I don't believe she is, but her name is Brittany Helwig, and she's fresh out of BYU, so we're going to try to corrupt her.
Next, you met one of the dynamic duo here, but Carolyn and Carl Brandenburg. Would you stand? Carolyn is our assistant council commissioner in charge of commissioner training. Sounds like your title's taller than you are now. Oh. And Carl is the OA Lodge advisor for, I'm not sure what the territories. I heard half the United States, something like that. 2/3 of the states. So glad to have you here. Roger Stevenson. Roger's the council membership chairman and prior Four Peaks district chairman for several terms. Next, hope this year, I know we had the State of the Union address, and we're going to have our State of the District address, and Rick Parizek's going to give the district report.
Successful scouter for many years and at many levels, including varsity coach twice, assistant scoutmaster, and most recently, he's a scoutmaster of Troop 108, now for 2.5 years. He runs a full program, including regular campouts, a week at Geronimo, and frequent courts of honor with many advancements. His kind, unflappable, and competent nature make him an ideal leader for these young men. He is already seeing the fruits of his labors. One young man is already finishing his Eagle project, and several more are close behind. Ken has attended basic training, youth protection training, safe swim defense, safety afloat, and I would bet a few other classes. Much of his scouting work has gone unrecognized until this evening. So congratulations, Ken. You're a welcome member of Four Peaks District. Now the Scouts also award a true...
Ain't done nothing yet. Hey, it's my honor to be here this evening, and a good friend of mine, Steve Mosley, will you please come up here? Here's somebody who has done something. Stephen has been a dedicated varsity coach for 2 years for Team 6801. He currently runs a well-organized program, giving up many weekends and Wednesdays to spend with the young men. He is dedicated to seeing the boys receive their advancement in scouting. Steve is a regular attender at roundtables and has begun his scout training. Steve has served young men in a variety of scout-related positions over the past decade or more. Prior to being a varsity coach, Steve was the Scout Institutional Head for an LDS ward for 7 years. Translation, he was a bishop of the church for 7 years. As such, he spent many hours on behalf of the Scouts. Steve demonstrates a great enthusiasm for scouting, and it shows in the way the boys respond to him. He encourages scouting through his example wherever he goes. Steve, thanks for a great job. You're a member of Four Peaks Hall of Fame. Going from varsity to venturing. The venturing crew of the year. Everyone here who's associated with the Greenway Ward, would you please stand up? I know many of you back there. Greenway, come on, stand up. This is crew 9508. They don't hear themselves with that very often. It's 508. They thought they were here, and they really are here, to be part of the cleanup crew, and we appreciate that, guys. But we're actually here for another more important reason. Who's your crew president, your first assistant? You know? Is he here? I missed getting that name. Brandon Owens. Come on up, Brandon. Remember the Buff Muffins I have to have. I had the privilege of singing in a little musical group with this guy, and he and 3 other guys, their names were the Buff Muffins. They're all handsome young men. John Busby, John is all back there. John, stand up for us, please. Don't need to come up. Sean Miller, Rob Romney, Carl Owens, and many, many others here who I don't have your names. Thank you so much. Crew 9508 has a great tradition. This award is actually reflective of an entire scouting program in this particular LDS ward, from Cubs to 11-year-old scouts to scouting to varsity to venturing. These 16 and 17-year-old ventures have been dedicated to scouting's ideals since our earliest days as Cubs. As a crew, they regularly do activities, service projects. I believe you did a cleanup something this morning, a project, not to mention our cleanup activity tonight, and outdoor adventure activities. Last summer, they had a super activity up in the Idaho wilderness. These young men hang together, including many who were varsity scouts at the time. 11 of these young men received their Eagles this year at the very same court of honor in this room. It was a great celebration of scouting. And so to all the parents and many leaders who are tonight are unnamed, and to the young men themselves, thanks and a great job, well done, and congratulations as Four Peaks Venturing Crew of the Year.
Rob Llewellyn, an Eagle Scout himself, has helped many 11-year-old scouts properly start their trail to Eagle. He's been the Assistant Scoutmaster for 11-year-olds for Troop 108, and lately has held up his responsibilities, doing the same for Troop 300. He's been serving in this position for 3.5 years. The vast majority of boys who come through Rob's 11-year-old patrol have progressed to first class before turning 12 and entering the full troop. Rob organizes 3 overnighters each year for these boys, which last year included a night at Lake Pleasant and sailing on a 22-foot sloop on Saturday. Rob is often seen at round table. Good. And has been through New Leader Essentials. Congratulations, Rob, on receiving a well-deserved Scout Spirit Award. Keep up the good work. Next recipient of the Scout Spirit Award is Walt Rasmussen. It's his
Before I announce the name of our distinguished commissioner, I need to explain something. I'm really reluctant to do this. A good friend of mine is going to be awarded the Distinguished Commissioner Award. As district commissioner, that's something I'm responsible for, but I want you to know I did not nominate him. Because this is the only award that I happen to have, proudly, that he doesn't have. And now I can't say that. He's a much greater scouter than I have ever been and ever will be. Cleve Hill, would you please come up here, please, so I can brag about it. It's impossible to summarize the contribution Cleve has made to the four-piece district, the Paradise Valley LDS Stake, and to his home units, Troop 108, Varsity Team 6108, and Venturing Crew 9108, as a unit commissioner, which is why he's receiving this award, along with his current responsibility, which I'll get to. As a unit commissioner for 3 years, he pulled together many leaders of 8 varsity teams, or scout troops, and trained them at various functions. He also organized our annual merit badge clinics. He contributed several nights of training. He even starred in some of the funniest ever ad-lib skits at University Scouting or little film on kickoff nights. More recently, Cleve has served as our new Fort Peaks Venturer Varsity Roundtable Commissioner. Drawing upon his wealth of outdoor experience, his programs are always well organized. Now, something special here. His interest in being Scout First Aid trained was put to good but unfortunate, tragic use of this past May, as he was a witness to a terrible multi-car crash on a remote highway in northern Arizona. Cleve was prepared. He is a first aid merit badge counselor and has taken every Scout first aid training available, including leading his venturing crew through the Red Cross training that's called When Help is on the Way. Is that right? When Help is Delayed, When Help is Delayed, a Red Cross training program. Because of this, he was able to provide leadership in a chaotic situation, quickly triaging the victims, and then providing direct CPR for 20 minutes to the only victim with a pulse, who unfortunately did die in his arms before the paramedics came. Absent a medical professional, I know Cleve would get my vote for helping someone in such a situation. Congratulations, Cleve, on not only being the distinguished commissioner, but more importantly, representing the scouting ideal of be prepared.
Amethyst Award.
Well, what a privilege it is to be able to give this award out tonight. If I could have Mr. Tom Potter come up, please. Well, Tom Potter is a prime example of what a scouter should be. Tom is,
We'll have Larry Morris present Silver Theaters. Is Larry Abbott here? Okay.
Good evening. The Silver Beaver Award is very special to me because as the Council Advancement Committee Chair for the last 5 years, I've facilitated the committee that confers this award. And it's conferred by the peers of the people who receive the award. Everyone on the committee is a Silver Beaver. This is a national award that's conferred at the council level. We're very fortunate being a large council, since this is based on council demographics, to have 40 Silver Beavers available to us. That sounds like a lot, but when you've got the thousands and thousands of dedicated adults that we have, it's not nearly enough. Normally we have up to twice as, you're out of the picture. Larry Abbott, our council executive, is first up. 50, 60, 70 nominations for this award. And these folks are looked at not only for their service to scouting, and it's that not only must their service be noteworthy, it is required to be exceptional. It's judged in several areas, 4 areas. Exception in service to the scouting movement at the unit, district, or council or national level. And most of the Silver Beavers are active at a number of those levels. And most of them have had numerous scouting positions over the years. They must also have demonstrated exceptional service in other youth organizations, such as church programs, school programs, other youth-oriented programs. In addition, we look at their awards and recognition, both in and out of scouting, and other service in the community outside of youth, church service, service clubs, volunteer efforts, those sorts of things. Tonight, we are very fortunate in this district to have 5 Silver Beavers to award. And I'm going to be nice to Robert Llewellyn is next. Bob currently serves as our district commissioner. He and his wife Marilyn have provided dedicated service to scouting their church and the community. For the past 7 years, Bob has overseen all the scouting activities for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in the Paradise Valley State. This includes 7 troops, teams, and crews, where he has been an enthusiastic example of the young men and adults in the program. Bob has served youth in his church as a seminary teacher, a Sunday school teacher, and as young men's president. Bob served his mission in England, and he has served his church as a mission. He has also served on the board of directors for Rising Star and is a member of Gamma, Beta Pi, Tau Beta Pi, and Eta Kappa Nu. Bob's service to scouting in our district as an adult goes back to 1981, when he completed basically the training. According to the gentleman who nominated Bob, he was the first person to do this in this state. Bob's service to scouting can be traced to the Santa Clara Council, where he served as an explorer and advisor in the 70s. Since coming to our district, Bob has served as assistant scoutmaster and explorer advisor, assistant district commissioner, and currently district commissioner. For service scouting, he's become received a Hall of Fame award in 1998, District Award of Merit in 2000, and also distinguished commissioner for somebody else. Bob completed his whip badge training in 2000 and first served on the whip badge staff in 2002. Bob continues to develop himself. He attends LDS Scout training at Film Office last summer. Bob's example as a fine man and scouter extends to his son Robert and Matthew, who earned Eagle rank. Bob was recognized earlier this evening with the Scout Spirit Award. Bob, thanks for your service to scouting, your church,